What's up everyone, and welcome back to Nexus. Fidget spinners can be a lot of fun to play with if you're bored, and if you have trouble focusing, they can apparently be very useful at keeping your attention on specific tasks. At least that was how the fidget spinner craze started off. As a lot of trends tend to do on the internet, fidget spinners are starting to get dangerous. From shurikens to fidget spinner knives to fidget spinners that can set things on fire, this is the top 5 banned fidget spinners you won't believe exist. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get new content similar to this every day. Also, make sure to comment down below letting us know which was your favorite. And for this video, let's see if we can hit the golden like button, which is 1,000 likes, so make sure to drop a like down below. Number 5. When you think of a fidget spinner, the first thing that comes to mind probably isn't a bunch of spinning knives, unless you're the guy running the YouTube channel ADHD's World. Basically, ADHD had the idea to create the most dangerous fidget spinners in the world with his friend Josh. They both had to design a fidget toy and then make it as dangerous as possible, and both of the guys had basically the same idea. They both attached a series of incredibly sharp blades to their fidget spinners, making them go from standard spinning toys to things that could probably hurt you if they got you in the wrong spot. The fidget spinners were so dangerous that instead of spinning them by hand, the two had to attach their spinners to chopsticks just to be safe. ADHD tried to hold the dangerous spinner in his hand the night he made it, but ended up getting some crazy cuts over his hand. They test out their deadly spinners by throwing them at different objects, one of them being a watermelon. What you might not have known is that a watermelon has about the same strength as a human skull, so basically the spinner could stick in someone's head if they threw it at someone. If all the craziness wasn't enough, at the very end of the video they set one of the deadly fidget spinners on fire and then spin it using a compressed air gun, meaning it was probably going at over 1,000 revolutions per minute. Luckily no one got hurt making this video, but I wouldn't advise attaching big knives to your fidget spinners.
Last night I had the brilliant idea to try and spin it in my fingers, and right there you see two different, it's like 3 scabs actually. Spinner Ninja Star, here we go. Oh!
Number 4. Fidget spinners are supposed to make it so you can concentrate easier, but if I was spinning this toy, my attention would be on it the whole time. TheDavidvTV modified a simple plastic fidget spinner into a crazy, deadly fidget spinner that would probably kill someone if they got too close. Not only did he line the 3 corners of the spinner with blades, he put 3 incredibly sharp nails in between each of the sections. What you're left with is a fidget spinner with 6 blades stuck to it and 3 sharp nails. I think the craziest thing about this video is the fact that David is actually spinning it in his hand. I mean, as he's doing it, you can see how close the blades and spikes on the spinner are coming to his hand, and if he made one small mistake, he could have ended up with a pretty serious injury. Luckily, he doesn't make that mistake, but it doesn't mean the fidget spinners are any less dangerous. I'm assuming if a cop saw you with that thing, it would be treated as a deadly weapon. In a way, David had turned a simple toy into a deadly throwing weapon.
Enough of doing these tricks, I want to do a challenge. I have the thumbtack, and then I have these, and then I have razors. If I do something wrong, it will slice me. Every time I try to spin it, I get goosebumps. I'm so scared, guys. Right now you have no idea.
Number 3. If you could somehow combine a fidget spinner with fire, you would probably have an arsonist's dream weapon. And it turns out that exact thing already exists. Steven Scherer on YouTube wanted to find out what sticking a bunch of matches on a fidget spinner and then setting the fidget spinner on fire would do. The answer was, as you can probably already work out, a lot of flames. This fidget spinner mod is so dangerous that I can't ever see it being allowed. I mean, could you imagine someone playing with a fidget spinner in school and then the next thing you know the entire place is on fire? The design is really so dangerous because of the way the fidget spinner throws the flames out in every direction. As the fidget spinner turns around at high speeds, the flames are caught in a vortex, which throws the flames upwards and to the sides. Luckily in this video at least, the matches that were used don't actually seem to be very good. But if they had used the matches that burn more violently or a longer stretch of time, something else may have caught on fire, which would have led to some really dangerous consequences.
We'll put them on one by one, the tedious process.
What's gonna happen? Oh! Whoa! 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 Whoa!
No! Number 2. Shurikens are Japanese throwing stars that were thrown in combat situations, specifically targeting the eyes and the face of an enemy. When a fidget spinner is turned into a shuriken, it might just be a little bit more deadly than the original. This particular fidget spinner shuriken design is modeled off Naruto, and while it looks like it would fit right at home in cosplay, it's actually incredibly dangerous. The entire spinner is made out of metal and weighs in at 172 grams. So even if it didn't have any sharp and pointy edges, it could probably do some damage to a person if it was thrown at them. However, it does have sharp edges, so the danger is even higher. The actual sides of the spinner are dull and blunt, but the tips of each of the arms of the spinner ends up in a sharp point that could probably take someone's eye out at the very least. It's also important to note that the shurikens are illegal in some states, such as California, Indiana, and New York. And we're not sure if this would just count as a fidget spinner toy or an actual shuriken weapon, considering it could be used in exactly the same way if someone wanted to. Number 1. The Genji fidget spinner is similar to the Naruto fidget spinner we just talked about. It's a shuriken design that has been transformed into a fidget spinner. This shuriken design has 3 arms instead of 2 and has been modeled after Genji, the ninja from the FPS game Overwatch. The spinner is made entirely out of metal and has some considerable weight from it. Once again, the edges of the arms aren't sharp, but the tips of each arm could definitely do some damage to someone if it gets thrown at them. I'd actually say this design is more dangerous than the Naruto version as well. It's much smaller, which means it could be easily hidden and thrown. I'd say this type of fidget spinner definitely counts as a weapon, and could be very dangerous if put into the wrong hands. If you do want to own this fidget spinner or the other shuriken-based fidget spinners, you should definitely talk to someone who knows about the knife and weapon laws, because if it turns out that these things do fall under the same laws as shurikens, you could very easily find yourself in jail. That was our list of the top 5 banned fidget spinners you won't believe exist. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss a video in the future, and hit the like button too so we hit the golden like of 1,000. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace!